6 and this is Speeka, and you're checking out the brand new retro podcast with Chris and Type B. Let's go.
Blocka. It's your boy Chris Anti-B, the host with the most flavor. We out here, brand new retro podcast. Literally the first ever episode out here, man. We're broadcasting live on Indie Radio Network, which is a new platform that's going to be catering for a lot of indie platforms, a lot of independent creatives that do alternative stuff, that do stuff that's not necessarily on radio and TV currently. So this is going to be a really exciting time. I don't want to go too deep about what this certain platform is going to be. I want to show you with the work. I want to show you guys with the progress. So if you're checking out this first episode, man, you are part of something bigger than what you think it is right now. Real hip-hop in the building, real artists in the building, creators that still love the art form, that really put their inner selves and their in-depth and put their blood, sweat and tears into the culture of any sort of subculture that you're a part of. So if you're a part of the poetry scene, you are part of the deep house scene, you are part of the hip-hop scene, you are part of whatever subculture that does alternative stuff that mainstream platforms don't want to put on, hit us up. It's your boy Chris Anti-B. I'm on all social media. You can check us out on Brand New Retro Pod on IG, on Brand New Retro Pod on Twitter, Facebook, Brand New Retro Pod. Check me out, Chris Anti-B. But without any further ado, I'm so excited today, man. The first, it's so appropriate actually for me to do this first interview. I think with the person that I consider probably like the leader of the independent scene. I know you are a very humble cat, so when I say that, you're probably like, hey, Chris, chill with that. But I really do see you as like the leader of the indie scene right now. My boy, Speeka Tapendo, what's the vibe?
Yes, sir.
What's good, man? Something Cypher in the building.
Man, I'm just a guy, dog. What you talking about, leader? What you talking about, man?
The thing is, I know you take that like it's like props off your shoulder, and I think it's one of the things that's kept you grounded. Do you think you not being such a claimer of everything that you do, like being out there, like I did that guy's popping because of me, that song's viral because of this, is one of the reasons why the culture in general loves you wholesomely?
I think, dog, the fact that I see this thing as bigger than all of us, it'll be weird for me to be on some, me, I did that, whatever. Came to be like a big deal or whatever.
Yeah.
So it's always weird when people come at me with that same, like how they look at me. I wish I could see myself. I can't see me because me, I'm just a guy. Just a guy who's obsessed with this hip hop thing. Right?
So getting into that, because one of the reasons why I did call you here, because I know you hold the culture very dearly to your heart. You know what I mean, like hip hop culture.
Yeah.
I mean, because you do other things. You do film. You know what I mean. You're on TV as well. You produce TV. You rap. He raps. Trust me. Yes. So Cypher, anniversary 4 or 5. Is it 3? I'm on it. I come after him. But yeah, you do all these things. But in terms of you giving yourself to like what inspired you, like I know it comes across as corny. What made Speeka want to do this?
Yeah.
Is it just purely I found hip hop and hip hop gave me a home and now I wanted to give back to hip hop? Or what's the bigger inspiration of why you started doing what you're doing? Why you wanted to grow? Why you keep doing it?
At the core of it, dog, is the love for music in general. My mother was telling me the story actually like 2 or 3 weeks ago.
Yeah.
She was like, there was this one time we took you guys out, you and your sister, you were like kids, got to this restaurant, we ate, but there was like an in-house DJ there.
Yeah.
And then they were like, when it was time for us to leave, I didn't want to leave. I was fascinated with Untama.
The DJ playing music.
I was like, what is that
this
guy
is the
doing?
vinyl era, of course.
Yeah. Like, what is that guy doing? Why is he stand? Oh, he's playing the music. So there's a guy playing music for everyone.
Yeah.
So that guy is the reason why everyone is, chilled. So I don't remember that. But it sounds like something I would do.
Yeah, you would do.
So I've been obsessed with music talk since I was a young, and then with hip hop, it just so happened that before I was obsessed with hip hop, tiny quiet, right? Quiet was like.
Quiet. Plus, you're a Soweto boy. There's no way to Soweto. I mean, you guys gave birth to quiet, don't you?
Bro, I'm not sure about that.
I know the Oskido story at Razzmatazz. There's a whole story about Oskido being the brand.
Yeah.
Because there was Bubblegum before that.
Bubblegum evolved into Kwaito, yeah.
But okay, let's get back to your story.
Yeah. So, yeah, I'm telling Kwaito, you know, TKZ. But then as time went by, I realized with TKZ, great, hip hop, yeah. But that's another discussion for another day. Yeah, but when I got introduced to hip hop, I just stayed with it, man. Even though, like, I was still into Kwaito, but hip hop grabbed my heart and I was like, yeah, Vanam.
Yeah.
This is where you belong, man. And it's been like that since late primary school.
2000, early 2000s?
First time I heard the Fugees, the Score album.
Yeah.
That's when I could say that.
Is that your intro to hip hop?
That was my intro to hip hop.
Wow, that is such a commendable way to be introduced to hip hop culture.
The Score, right?
Classic album, probably top 5 of most people's albums, to be honest. That's really solid.
And at that age, I remember I used to call it Ikwaito. Yes, I married. Because I didn't know that it was called hip hop. Yeah. Hey, States, yeah, you know.
Hey, Kwaito Yamada.
It was
I love that.
It was a cassette in the Score that my mom's put me, dog. And then now I'm playing this and I'm listening to how these guys are talking. Remember the skits on
the actual, like, just 90s hip hop. Like, had crazy skits, bro. Like, dudes would act out the whole situation.
So it influenced me to a point where I remember at schools I started talking like how they talked in the skits. With the Fuji, there's a skit there.
This is you still in primary.
In primary school. There's a skit there with this Chinese shop owner and these two guys coming in. He thinks he's trying to rob him. I'll be right up. You know, I was talking like that. Someone would come and go, I'll be right up. You know, things like that. So that album introduced me to hip hop, and then gave a feel again. Who's this guy? Oh, that's another. Who's that guy? I mean, okay. Oh, who's that? Okay. And then from there to high school, it just became worse.
You know, it's very interesting. Now, you came into hip hop like most of us actually came into hip hop through American influences of hip hop, right? And like, to be honest, outside of R.I.P. the OG Pro Kid, Siashezi, shout out to Siabonga, you one of the main faces of Kase rap.
That's crazy.
You know what I mean? It's crazy, and you know that. I know you won't deny it. Don't say I'm just a guy. No,
I will neither confirm nor deny.
So the transition from Speeka, that's mimicking Ama Fugees skits from the Score album. You know, of course, that's American energy and all of that. To Speeka often represents Kasi. Like what happens? What's paint the picture for us, Uti, from this American influence, of course, which is still there. I know you. You know what I mean? Even your dress code, to be honest, you know what I mean? It's not Americanized, but it's new age, you know what I mean? So, but explain to us the transition from American influence to Eman.
To just be
Speeka, Tape, that's a rap.
Sure.
Hey.
I think, dog, like I said, I was listening, I was being introduced to this whole world, hip hop, right? But I was still listening to like mad Kwaito, right? In fact, at some point when I was in high school, back when there was still a war between Kwaito
and hip hop,
I was one of the few who like Mangsekasi, we even had like a little Kwaito crew that I was part of, right? So when I'm in the hood, shy quiet. Then when I get to school hip hop era. So I'd be in ciphers, you know, Spillis hip hop and not fear cars. So I was leading like a double life. And there was no in between. You know, at the time it was like you're either hip hop head or
it is what it is.
You know, and
at the same time, I'm saying hip hop like Aboyoyo, my man here. Whereas the people look down upon hip hop heads and all that.
So, and to me, I never commented on things like, hey, quite like even with the Selvin verse on attention. I mean, I could have been on some, man, the Selvin not right, I love the verse, but I was like, what about? I mean, I still love but I like the verse, but I don't agree with what you're saying, dog.
We're gonna try and play on a snippet of the verse. When this shit drops, so you guys can see what it's talking about.
But you get to understand, which at that point, that was like Uselvin was defending hip hop to the core, you know. So and you can't fault him for that.
Yeah.
But I mean, again, being on both sides of the fence, I appreciated that verse, but at the same time, I was like, ish, how am I going to change your quiet? Yeah. So being in part of the Kwaito world or culture.
Those, you must remember, at the same time, we have Makoporosho dropping.
Yes.
DJs Umzegezege.
Yeah.
Umzegezege. And it features who? Amu. In the video, who was part of Township Frequency, which Selvin was part of.
I think dog.
How do you feel about Makoporosho? Like, what's your take on
that? That was my shit. I had the cassette, dog. That's how heavy I was into Kwaito. I had Zege's debut album. I had the original cassette. I would bounce that. And
it's pretty Makoporosho.
Take that out and do Eminem. So, when you gonna say, you know, so I think it's because of still being in tune with the Kwaito music. And then I think now when I started noticing what Zanzi, they were sort of blending Kwaito and hip hop, you know, like with your Ghetto Scandalous,
and Ghetto Fabulous,
you
as
know,
well.
and then your H2Os.
Yes, exactly.
Squatter, you know,
in fact, from Squatter campaign, they had some vernac.
Yeah.
And let's get busy.
That's some cuts and joints.
That's some cuts and joints. I don't even know cuts and joints, bruh. You get on that. Before Squatter campaign, there was Squatter campaign.
There was Squatter campaign. Cut and joints, and then function.
You know, yeah.
So a homie of mine who was very, very influential, like with me being a hip hop head, Kimo. He was like best friend in high school. I think
Kimo Mutsepe.
Yes.
That's my boy, dog. The rockstar Kimo.
Rockstar.
Yeah, that's my boy. Shout out to Kimo. See, I remember you, Kimo.
Yeah, like I promise you, dog. I don't think. Okay, I promise you would still be a hip hop head, but if I hadn't met him, hip hop culture, like ciphers, beatboxing, being our copyrights, that world. If I hadn't met him, I wouldn't have sunk and like fell as deep as I fell
into hip hop.
So he was my sort of my hip hop Morpheus.
Yeah, you were the Neo.
You know,
red pill or blue.
You know, first time I went to Slaggies and that nigga. First time I went 10th grade, dog. 10.
That's crazy.
He was like a bit. Plus, we got Implement DK at the time. Like, hey, dog, there's these sessions.
Yeah,
hood, hip hop. Oh, dog, you're a private clan. Oh, dog, like, I'm a camp. Like, just come through. First time I was at that. So with him, this guy's a song, like same class, literally from grade 8 till matric. So he was like my plug, and then through listening to the stuff that he was, I was able to then find my own stuff now. That I was listening to. That's when I was like, H2O as well. I started listening, listen to them, and then I think that's how that
you got into it.
That I got into it.
Yeah, man. Because I think it's very, very important with you, as independent creatives, for us to paint a picture for Abantu, you know what I mean? Whether it's young people or older folk or people that follow us, for them to get a scope. We see, sharp. I see this guy now. I found him here, established, or at least semi-established.
Yeah.
But where does this inspiration come from? Why does Speeka want to keep fighting for proper hip hop? Why does Speeka keep putting on rappers that they can actually spit on hard beats? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Why is that? You know what I mean? If it's not just the financial motivation, you know what I mean? And that's very dope, man. I think that's gonna give a lot of people good scope and understanding what we have and all of that. You know what I mean? And then we fast forward, man. You know what I mean? We fast forward. We start producing beats. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And we get a little studio there at home. Of course, mommy and daddy were probably at beef. Paint us that picture. We decided, did you ever rap? Like I know you spit when you have to, but like, did you start rapping and then start making that after making beats? What made you transition from and then concentrate more on making the beats instead of the thing of rapping?
Right. So like I said, at school, we need nigga.
We nigga.
Scared, we
nigga West.
You know,
West.
And then the cast, the shake quiet. So,
yeah.
So, in my group, there were three of us. It was myself and my homies who comes on me. We had this quite a group called Bloodhounds, right? And we didn't have beats, you know?
Yeah.
And literally, dog, how it came to me and ending up making beats was the three of us, none of us had a PC. So it boiled down to the first cat to get a PC, that guy's gonna make beats for us. So I was the first one, MZ, time.
Yeah.
Because the timer, he used to always get annoyed if I tell him, like if I come home maybe like late, and by late I mean like 7:30, you know. If I come home late and I'm like, he's like, where were you? I'm like, I've been going to PCR.
Yeah.
Nah. Let me get a PC, keep your ass in
his house. Shout out to Pops, man.
So Pops, man, so told me, first PC, tell the homies, my chance, it's another PC, so what now? My chance, yeah, try to beat there. I'm like, with what? How? What? Luckily, my next door neighbor, Umlan, he was a beat maker at the time. So he's like, oh, you interested in making beats? There's a software called Fruity Loops. This is 2005.
2005. Early.
January, dog. January.
Like, what, 4, 5, 6, let's say 10 years when South African hip hop is alive. Because, like, stories in terms of music, I know it goes back to the 80s.
Yeah.
But when we're talking about commercially, that about 15 years.
Because Squatter was already out by then.
Prophets of the Seeds dropped in 94. So already that's a good 10 years in.
Yes.
And when we interviewed already in Cape Town, he was speaking about they were doing park jams in 1982.
Imagine.
You know what I mean? Like proper park jams, like real hip hop, everything's been 82 cops would come through, all of that. They played Public Enemy, they played all of that revolutionary music. So me saying from 96 to 2005 is like 10 years, that's just off the commercial scene.
Yeah.
But South African hip hop dates back to 1982, according to the OG Ready
82, son.
Enough respect to the OG.
Peace to the OG.
Peace to the OG. But yeah.
Yeah, so Umlalo hooks me up with FL Studio, comes in once or twice, like, yo, okay, this is how you do that, this is how you do that, peace. And literally, give or take a few days here and there, I've been making beats every week since that moment where he was like, okay, here's Fruity Loops. Peace, brother.
Wait, he just left you with Fruity?
Like,
Uzabona kambali. Dona sekasi, uthethe computer. You know what I mean?
Dog. So that's when the production began. But funny enough, I only discovered Uti, like one person can be like the producer of a joint.
Okay.
Like super late.
Or you finding this out as you
Yeah, because I was still trying to figure, okay, sharp, I have this, but I can't play a guitar. I can't play. How do I? And then I found out, okay, no. Because I used to assume that all the music you heard in the world was recorded in one take with a band.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter whether it's in Kalagat, there's a guy there with the guitar, another guy on the drums, another guy on that, and then Mando's, and then they go, okay, 3, 2, 1, take. He records everything, and then that's the song. Once you find out you could actually program beats. So once I got into that, I was making beats. I would make a beat in the morning before you scared. Don't forget scared. That beat's stuck in my head. Now I can't wait to get home. Finish it. And then if I make it quick enough, I make sure the exporter. Because at the time, our phones didn't have much memory, so you could only save like 1 minute of a song. That's what take your own, like 16 gig memory.
It's like 5 megabytes.
That's it, dog. 5 megabytes of space, and you could only. So I'd go in like beat like 1 minute, first game. It's a very nice minute-long beat.
Yeah.
You know,
and especially when you don't have any access to beats.
Dog. So that's when I started. So I became the guy in quite the group who was making the beats, and we recorded a lot of music, dog. On top of me, when I play the music now, I still have it, by the way.
Shout out.
It is
2005.
like
Crazy.
like dog, like it's pretty bad. But
I thought you were gonna say it's still dope.
nope, it is not. Even the gents know that it's sort of like a gray area in our lives.
Yeah.
Don't be playing that.
It never happened. Mandela effect.
Horrible, but dog, the spirit in which they were made, like the energy. We thought we were like, superstars, dog. Like, if you record something and then at the end of your take, you thought the verse was dope, and you was
The beat. Love it.
That's when I listen to the songs now, I'm like, okay, this is horrible, but man, I remember the energy and how we felt.
Yeah.
So that's how the beat making thing started, and it started with, very important, it started with Kwaito beats.
Yes. I'm actually recognizing that, which means a lot in terms of how your growth and evolution has become. You haven't lost that, not necessarily in the sound per se, but you, how I see you as the leader of Gasa Rap, which is very related to the whole Kwaito movement in terms of at least psychology. You know what I mean? Which is something that I want to tap into right now when I speak. And I'm not sure if it's a topic that's been dissected enough. You know what I mean? Or that the right people have been asked, or you know what I mean? But in South Africa, I'll tell me, the most dominating language is Zulu. I'm telling you. And it's Venek. I'm telling you, is the most dominating in terms of Gauteng. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And by that virtue of it dominating in the capital province of the country, it should be as popular as it is. Nyazi Devon has a different case, then has a different vernacular. They speak like a more proper Zulu than we do. You know what I mean? But my question is, as relatable, right, as Gasa Rap is in terms of content, in terms of the language, in terms of even the dress code, Machita, you know what I mean, the choruses. Why hasn't quite Gasa Rap become the biggest music in South Africa?
Oh, dang, man. Damn. Okay.
I think as somebody that's been part of it from out the gates, obviously maybe I'm Ochis Amanya were there before you, but somebody who's been there, there's been documentaries done and interviews done by your Enzo, the OG from Slagreis, where he's spoken about similar situations. But as somebody I was forced. I remember when I wrote my first Venek track. It was called Gasa Rap actually, and it was in retaliation to Siashezi. Believe it or not, Siashezi came to the East Strand and performed there. And at the time I was super purist. And he got the most love. Doing Venek. Everybody rapping in English was not getting no love. And this is my city, my hood. So I'm like, man, this nigga can't come here and come here or whatever. So it was say nigga, and I did it to prove a point which no, I can do what you're doing, Venek. I'm telling. But from what I see, this is what the people want to hear. So if this is what the masses want to hear, why isn't Gasa Rap the most dominating type of hip hop? Because to be honest, about Kespanyavis is not Gasa Rap. Questa is not Gasa Rap. You know what I'm talking about, Gasa Rap. Buma Sevi. Frost. You understand? And I'm not taking shots at the homies. I love them because I think they're doing well. They got crazy followings. Frost is coming to my show. I want to get my 7 as well to my show. But why hasn't that dominated and became as big as Mapiano, for instance?
But honestly, I can't tell you the exact cause of it. But like the guys that you mentioned, I actually consider Questa Gasa Rap.
Okay, fair enough.
Consider, the thing is, there are very few in the mainstream that actually represent
what the actual Gasa Rap is.
Right? But what you're saying, I get what you're saying. OT, why aren't these guys that are mad celebrated in the hood?
Yes, in the hood they're celebrities. These guys are celebrities in the hood. My man, you go on YouTube, them niggas get hundreds of thousands of views.
And but namangazi what Trotani in terms of them actually breaking it through to the mainstream,
Do you believe in gatekeepers, Speeka? Do you believe gatekeepers exist? And if Gatekeepers exist. Who are gatekeepers? What do they look like? What position of power do they hold in the industry?
Because there are people, believe it or not, consider me
a gatekeeper.
Which is hilarious. Which is hilarious to me.
Okay.
Because I'm still trying to break in, you know. So I think that term gatekeeper, I don't know, man.
Do you think it's overused? Because I want you to say your own views, because I have my own views on gatekeepers and what they are or what they look like, or even if they exist. But I would like to know from somebody who's been pushing for years and years and doing great things, have great numbers, you are out there, people love you.
Because you know, when you say gatekeeper, right, you immediately imagine there's a dude there, you come through with your stuff, and he's like, I don't like this, so nah.
Yes.
And then, hey, I like this, so you become famous.
Yeah.
I think that's like putting it. That's like the simple form of it.
I'm getting blackballed.
And that's dangerous, because now if you have that mentality, which like this one person has the power, which then you wouldn't. You can't put so much power into one person, you know, because it goes back to what I said earlier, like this thing, it's bigger than all of us, you know. So if you are still doing what you're doing without putting a face to it, which if I get this to this guy, they're gonna blow up. If you just do what you do without that mindset, I don't think there would be like the gatekeeper, you know, because I feel like if you're following, eventually it finds you, dog. It finds you, and you know, in that sense, gatekeeping won't work on you because you have like a loyal following. Like you then become your own gatekeeper by doing what? By not never stopping expand.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't say. Maybe it's just me, dog. I don't try and pin it on one person. No, if maybe, for example, if I go to that one door and I knock and I'm fine, I'm not gonna say I'm gonna say no, it's fine. I'm gonna keep doing what I'm doing. Maybe it's someone else, but I'm not gonna put it on that one person. I have no idea if I'm making sense, but yes.
Okay. No, I see that. And then before we go to lighter stuff, the idea of unity, right? I want to go back to why do you think Gasa Rap hasn't blown up? Do you think the fact that Gasa Rap is centralized, you know what I mean? Obviously, it's crossed over. Imotuako is a derivative of Gasa Rap. Whatever they're doing in Pretoria is a derivative of Gasa Rap. What we're doing in the Eastland in terms of Anak is a derivative of Gasa Rap. The disunity in Soweto, do you think it's a contributing factor?
Oh man, it is 100% contribution. The unity aspect not being as solid.
The way it should be.
That is true, dog. That is true. I'm not exactly sure what to pin it on, but I have like sort of picked up what's okay. There are certain egos, but luckily for me, because I'd like to think that I'm cool with most of the gents. But it doesn't affect me in that sense, but more now amongst each other. Like I've been in situations where I wanted to do like a sort of ciphers episode where I'm like, okay, I want to get this guy, I want to get this guy. It's like, shit, but this guy and this guy was one. So I can't say, okay, I'll shoot this guy the one day and I'll shoot this guy the next day and then I'll edit it and then drop it, because the one guy's gonna be like, wow, you know. So then it's like, now that idea that I haven't made, I'm like, if this drops, it's gonna be massive for the hood. Now it stops, so I'm like, my chance, I was wrong. You know. So I think it's just it's a mixture of like personal issues that amateurs might have with each other. Egos as well, because let's not front. The egos exist.
They do, man, and we are creatives. Like a lot of us have egos in general, because our work is performance art.
So that's the part that definitely plays a factor, dog, in there not being significant growth. Because Trapayanga 13. Next month in 13, all of our DPs, all of our pro picks, all of our it's this nigga's album artwork. Bababuza. Manje, album must feel it's dropping. Boom. You know, small thing like that. Like that would
That's the thing. People don't understand like it's the little things, bro. But that whole like there's power in numbers, bro.
Yeah.
Like, if I'm getting on social media and my whole timeline is filled with Sotra Cypher anniversary receipts from different people. At some point, whether I'm a hater or not, I'm gonna click. I'm gonna click. You know what I mean? I'm gonna click, dog.
Yeah.
I like that. I'm like, yo, you still want to continue?
Yeah. It's just that the problem is because of the issue.
My ego. I think the ego is probably one of the biggest things. Because I don't think with the ego, especially the artist's ego, it's almost like I'll speak. I made a just talk about. Then I'm gonna you know what I mean? And if both of us are niggas is talking, nothing's gonna happen. You know what I mean? Obviously, Scott is not a lot in Miami, but we're still here. I got a few questions from my supporters, you know, like people that fuck with you, people that listen to your stuff, people that check out your music.
Yes, sir.
And there's a few interesting questions that I thought maybe I would ask as well.
Yeah.
There's a lady here, I think we're Kaslak or like a different part of your Kasi, Percy Lush, and she asked Uti, with Mapiano dominating, how do you stay relevant in this climate of music? Like, because Mapiano dominates, whether you want to admit it or not, Baba. Even Nama Uchi's way, Tabo Skido Baba, Asaba Kulum no Kulumanga Abo too. Piano pe, Abo Youngstana, Abo Alkaline, and shout out to them dudes. I will never hate on a black man that makes money off a system that was designed for us to fail. I might roast niggas, I might say the culture, whatever, and I'm always proud of all these niggas that's doing. Abo Pori, Abo Kabza. I'm really proud of them niggas, but we are not Mapiano. So how do we survive in this era? How are you doing it, Wena, for you to be keep motivated and keep at least living in this culture?
Yeah, peace to Lush. Father, like the best way I can explain it is that it needs that bit of when you're saying earlier, Uti, when Ushezi performed in your whole blog.
Man. I was still a kid though. It's not the last time I hosted you. Because it's gonna think it's the last time I hosted him. Nah. Of course. I was still a kid in high school.
See that mentality you had then. I have that now, but I'm not rowdy about it, Like piano, I mean, I have a lot of homies that are into it.
Yeah.
And
I'm a producer, I can imagine.
Yeah, my daughter.
Wow.
Huge. Huge.
Yo, wow, that's dope.
So I like Mapiano, but me personally, I've tried it. I've tried like composing piano, and like when you can tell, like I listen to it, I'm like, people want to tell that this was done by a nigga. Like, they're not gonna. I mean, I've done it like when I'm like that. I know is a hero's head, and they'll tell me straight up like, that's okay, but so
it doesn't have the source.
As soon as that when that happened, I was like, you know what? Tina's tidy, because that was that being a shall we die. I'm there food.
I can do this.
But even though I was still like pushing hip hop on the side, I was like, we tried. And then I realized, okay, this is probably not for me. Let me just stick to what I do. And that's pretty much it, though. Just sticking to what I do, to what I know, what I love. Because, dog, whenever I shoot a Sort of Cypher's episode, whenever I make a beat there, hip hop, whenever I'm recording, that's when I'm like most alive, dog. So the fact that I can still get that feeling to this day is the one thing that like motivates me to keep on doing like hip hop. I mean,
that's crazy. I dig that.
So it's just the passion for it, though.
The passion for the thing. And in terms of you just explained like motivation, you know what I mean? And there was a question actually from Umukundi Ali Ramalanzwa. I think
Ali,
Ali had asked Uguti, like having hosted one of the most because I think you explained the whole like what motivates you, you know what I mean? And you just landed Utu Stogie T, you know what I mean? That is huge for all of us that are indie, bro. Like nobody saw it coming.
Dog.
Like, we knew Zabe is your people's there, is connected. We're like, okay, Zabe one is coming. We see him live with him. You know what I mean? Obviously, CSHS has been there. He's got one of the biggest numbers.
Yeah.
But the Stogie T shit, like, boom. Dog. Tell us how you secure that. Like, how does, from, not obviously, I'm thinking this is over a few years of you, because I've seen him share some of your stuff.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So obviously, like, the interest would say, that man's pushing, you know what I mean? But how do we confirm Horitumi? Because that's a big man. And that's a man that takes his craft very seriously. I remember the New York Hip Hop Awards that you won the best documentary for? Those guys were trying to get him to be an ambassador. And they didn't have a finance to give him. Right? And he said, I see y'all from New York, but I can't do it. I remember when the guys told me, like, yo, don't you know Stogie T personally? Because he told us he can't do it if there's no bread. So that's a man that takes his craft very seriously. He wants his paper. How did you secure it, bro?
Dog. Yo.
And who would you like to have after Stogie T in terms of
everyone? I want everyone to come. I want everyone to come.
Sorry to block you.
I want everyone to come.
See, now Ali's asking like 2 questions in one. So like,
I want everyone to come. Okay, let me start with Stogie. Meeting him in person. Basically, the first time I met him was in 2009 when I was still rolling near the soil.
Ooh, you were with the sword in them. Oh, yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, right.
I actually bumped into you on YFM, but that's a story.
Yeah. So he was sort of helping them record their debut album before they got to Native. You know, so he sort of like discovered them before they got to Native.
So they were under, what was the thing? Were they under his label?
Motive, they were not under. He was
Motive.
just helping them record. It wasn't official. They weren't officially signed to Motive. He was just helping them record. So on one recording session, I'm just like, yo man, I'm going to Doom for now. Do you want to tag along? I'm like, do I want to tag along? What? Took my camera shot.
Everything.
Before Stogie,
still
Doom.
Oh, you 2009.
2009. I was still on some, volume, on the line, dog.
I know what you mean. I grew up on Doom too.
Dog, so I'm like, I can't believe about the weeks. Dog, we pulled up there. And because of the show, they were still experimenting with their sound. I mean, they were still having like live performance. They were still doing the beatbox a cappella, but they were trying to like mess around with songs like with beats. So I had like a beat there that they were gonna record on, and we get there, and then there it is. That's me right there, man. You're right there.
Yeah.
So I'm just I was in that entire studio session. I was just geeking out, though.
Yeah.
Because not just they knew that this guy's a hip hop head. He knows who this is.
Exactly.
So they understood that was a big deal for me.
Dude, it's a big deal. It's a big deal.
Yeah. So I recorded that day, and that was my first time meeting him. Right. Cool. Fast forward to now 2019. This is now 10 years later when I dropped the Stogie T.
Oh yeah. Shout out to that, man.
Right. So with the Stogie, it picked up a bit on Twitter.
Oh yeah, actually, yeah.
Like, dog, on Twitter.
That's an important South African hip hop story.
Oh wait, but right.
Very important, dog. Very important.
Yeah. So on Twitter, everyone is picking it like, okay, Slick on Life shares it. Now I'm seeing like retweets from Cooley, from dog. Everyone that was sharing that.
Mama, like I made it.
You know, like, and then Stogie tweets me, yo, Speeka, this is a beautiful talk. Well done.
Yeah. Big shit.
You know,
big shit.
So around that time, so I dropped that talkie in June 2019, and then that same month, if not a month later, that's when I dropped the 3rd year anniversary that you also featured on,
that
right?
you also rap on.
Yes, right. So when I dropped that, because now I'm in Slick on Life's radar.
Oh, word,
right.
Word,
So this kid,
like, let me get out work. I like that.
You know,
I like that. Like monopolizing that shit, like monetizing that. Keep it moving.
So at the time, Stogie is also part of Slick on Life. He's doing the verses of the month.
I remember he was doing that. Crow was on one of those.
Yeah. So when that happens, So like, I get retweets and whatever. So when I dropped the 3-year anniversary special, I remember a homie of mine, Usabza, shout out to Sabza, Kavela. Shout
out to Sabza, he's the editor of Hype now.
Yes, shout out
to Sabza.
I remember this, dog. Sabza, when I dropped the 3rd-year anniversary on Twitter, he tags No Bloom, shout out to No Bloom, who was writing for Slick On at the time.
Oh yeah.
I'm not sure if she's still there. So he's like, yo, check this out. This is dope. She checks this out, and then she like does a young write up on that, and they send it to Stoke for a certain month to just check
what's up. Yeah.
And then I think that's when, because I think they remember what he is. This is
no, he's already got the repertoire with you. Okay.
Speeka,
and then
talking. Oh, he also does these now.
Spang.
Right?
Yeah.
And then that's when he got put on to
put in work, results count.
Speeka.
Oh.
So Stoke checks out the 30th anniversary.
Yeah.
And he picks out Iveska So as like the verse of the month. Right,
so like crazy killers on that anniversary. Crazy killers.
Yeah, well, so when that happens, so when they send him that one episode, I think maybe he saw the others as well, but that's how he sort of got put on to sort of ciphers.
Okay.
And month after that, I drop more. So now it become a thing where whenever a Soccer Cypher episode, they send it to Stoke to consider for every sort of month.
Yeah, bro.
Right?
So every Soccer Cypher after anniversary 3 was going to Stogie T.
Yeah, from the 30th anniversary up until, I don't know, maybe like 7 or 8 months later.
Fire! Right? So every guy that was on there, Stogie T got to hear them and see.
Every guy that was on there, right?
That's why a lot of us got called for this freestyle Friday. Right. See, I told you your work has effects, bro. Because I was surprised when I got called for freestyle. I was not surprised because of my work, but when I got called by an actual producer, like, Chris Anti-B, it would have been one of my people, like, yo, Anti, so I'm here, come through. The producer called me. I wondered how. I never asked why or how I got called. But
Right. Cool. So Stoke is now, he's aware of what I do and he's aware of sort of ciphers. But at the time, still, dog, the thought that I could have him, it doesn't even cross my mind.
It stood me from the V. You understand? You know what I mean?
I know what you mean, bro.
Like, we've not even seen this nigga on TV for a good 3 years. Like, when we were hearing his music on YFM and that. Remember, dog, like, when we first saw 2 Million of Volume and it's this fat guy from that speaks American, you know what I mean?
The YFM ad, where he's chilling next to the car, he's wearing that white coat.
Yeah, you know what I mean? The flavor of my shoulder. Like what? Like Doom is always, like for me, Stogie T has always been, personally, that's my GOAT in South Africa. Like that's my South African GOAT. I feel he's the epitome. I feel like he's the epitome of the South African hip hop artist. But the South African hip hop artist that has flavor all around the world. He can step in anywhere in the world, any stage in the world, and have fans there. You know what I mean? So that was crazy for you. Tell me the ripple effect of, okay, no, we still
get into how it actually happened. Right?
Yeah.
So this is now 2019, crazy. He's away. Fast forward, last year, 2021, early. A homie of mine sends it in passing, dog. In passing.
Yeah.
No, you should shoot your shot with like Stoke. I was like, man, that's not gonna happen. No ways. No ways. And then when it finally did happen, and I shot the shot. This is now last year, October. Right? He had inboxed me on Twitter. He sends me his number. He's like, yo, this is my number. Call me, we gotta talk. Right?
Nice.
This is on Twitter, right? No, listen, dog.
So
I'm like, there's no way this is Stoke. There's no way.
Yeah, fake account. Oh.
Dog, literally, dog. I'm driving. I think I was at a red light. I see the tweet. It's like, what? I'm driving. Like, no ways. Dog, literally, I call the number as I'm driving. I'm like, as soon as Stoke on the other end said, yo, what's up? I was like, oh, it's okay. Alright. So I tell him, like, big homie, let me get home.
Let me calm down. And he knows over the line, like,
right?
I'm Stogie.
Dog, when I got home, dog, I called him, dog. Spoke to Stoke for good 20 minutes, 30 minutes, dog. Just talking, hip hop, all of that. But now I skipped a year. This was 2020.
Okay.
Right? Late 2020.
Yeah.
Right? We chopped it up then, and then that was it. I think we linked up when we were doing the interview for that other docu. Remember that doc that we were doing? They were interviewing for that.
Yeah. I know.
Yeah, we interviewed him as well.
We cannot talk about.
Yeah, we interviewed him for that as well, right?
Remember.
So, yeah, that was that. Cool. Fast forward now to when it finally happens. Finally, he's like, hey man, this is October 2021. Hey man, let's do it. I'm like, let's do it. Like, yeah. So you wanted the cypher thing, let's go.
He's like, wait, no.
It's like, yo, send me beats. And because you know, the entire concept of these sort of ciphers, you know, one of the main reasons, besides having rappers on, one of the main reasons is me pushing my own work as a beat maker. So it had to be my beat that he jumps on.
Yeah, of course.
So I sent him like 6, 7 beats, 8. I rejects. 6 beats. Rejects all of them. Now,
how you feeling that time?
Oh, I thought I'm broken.
You're broke, you're doomed. Stogie T doesn't like my beats.
It was right there. This is last year, dog. And then it's around about the same time that it got announced that it got signed to Def Jam. Right? And I was like, there's no way, man. And then I just gave up. I was like, oh man, beats aren't good enough. It's all good.
In case he fucks with my name.
Right? And then late December last year, is like, hey man, send more beats.
Oh yeah.
I sent like 2 more beats. Still now. I was like, alright, cool. Give up again. Fast forward a few months down the line. Now, when was it? Was it May? May, June, somewhere now. Text me on a Tuesday. It's like, hey bruh, are we doing this? I was like, okay, so you know what? Let me send you some new beats on Friday. But I'm telling you, from Tuesday till Friday, that was the longest 4 days of my life.
Wow.
I made like a total of probably 15 beats.
Crazy.
But I only had 3 that I liked.
And you're like, I'm sending this.
I say to him, I said, Big T, here are the beats, yo. If none of these fly, I had my chance. I tried.
I blew it, man.
I blew it. I'll take my L.
Yeah.
It's like, alright, cool. And then Friday, I sent him the beats. I sent him 3 beats. Boom.
Yeah.
Get no response. I'm like, damn, I tried. Hey, dog, Saturday morning, get a text. If I had to choose between these 3 beats, I choose that one. Word. And like, yeah, word, cool. I'm gonna come next week Thursday. I'm like, wait, what do you mean?
Like now?
Like next week?
Now?
It's like, yeah. Will that be a problem? No! No, sir.
No, sir.
Scared. Tell me this on the Saturday.
Yeah.
Oh, no, I'm excited. Because he's only available on the Thursday. I'm only available on the Thursday.
Yeah.
Let's do this. Dog, he showed up. Literally, dog, when he showed up and he pulled out his whip.
Yeah.
My first words to him when he walked out, I was like, holy shit, you actually came.
Wow.
I was like,
that is such a dope story.
Comes in.
That is so dope.
And dog, it's dope, dog.
Yeah, I know. That's the thing, because obviously that's what I'm saying. Go. Like real talk, bro.
Dog, the whole interaction, him coming to record, it didn't take longer than 30 minutes, dog. He came in, chopped it up quick, recorded, one-taked it, done, chopped it out, left. Alone, no entourage, no other homies.
Yeah.
Alone, dog.
Okay, so weird.
Dog. It's like, I was like, man, he actually pulled up. And, I mean, if you thought I had respect for Stogie, yeah. After that, I'm like, man, this man is about the culture.
I honestly feel him coming to as much as Stogie is established everywhere. In the mainstream, in the underground, in the artsy-fartsies, in the party vibes.
Respect everywhere, dog.
Him coming there, who in Jayam.
Dog.
Again, I would see Nyabona when I respect he came in, for that shit. But him, because Utum has been everywhere in the world, was humbled and came to the hood. That's how they see it, my dude. And I feel it stemmed a lot of
That's a god.
That's a god, my dude. And I hope you see this thing because you're a whole god, man. Real talk.
Yeah, so that was, man, it was so real, dog. Like, it was, I started editing immediately. I worked on the episode immediately, got it done right. He was like, add subtitles, I added subtitles, boom, boom, boom. The days leading up to the drop, dog, I still couldn't be like, am I really about to drop a still?
This thing was Stogie, and that's dope. And you didn't let nobody, well, I'm sure people like that were watching the studio knew, but none of us expected it. Like, none of us expected it. Fire for that. So, again, the enemy of greatness and progress in time, like 3 or 4 portals of your story from a historical perspective to kind of what you're doing right now to your journey in between the historic, the in between, and you getting to where you're going. And personally, from Mangzopega, like your followings on because whether we like it or not, I know 5 years ago, I've got a lot of followers. It was like, oh, bro, you're so corny, you're so materialistic, you're so. But to be honest, bro, we don't have TV. I'm sorry, we're not on TV, we're not on radio, so our numbers need to be at least accounted for some way. So your followings on social media are crazy, dog. Crazy. Like 27,000 followers on Facebook alone.
That's alright.
That's 27,000 followers on Facebook alone for a young boy from Soweto that has no shop. You've been on TV and all of that. But with everything that you feel like you've achieved, that's great, and things that you're great. What would you tell like 23-year-old Speeka? This was actually a question from, I'll just find it now. A guy called K.I. I want to say these people's names. So when I asked them, please ask us some more questions for Amakbin. I'm not wasting your time. I really want to like to know what you guys want to know from these like powerful people that we have on our stage. So his name is K.I. Designer. Hey, hip hop.
Kidsila.
Oh, is it Kidsila?
I'm head of Total Cyphers.
Oh shit!
I happened the 6th anniversary.
Oh, sorry to say your name wrong, my dog. I scared to say your name wrong. Kidsila. So Kidsila says, Speeka, as a creative, if you could advise your 23-year-old self, what would you say to him?
Yo.
And now sim but you know, we're looking at like what, 10 years? 10, 8, 9 years or whatever? Yeah.
I think when I remember being that young, that young creative, my intimate stress more than anything was outside of the work. You know, I sort of at sometimes I would forget that I'm a creative, I'm a beat maker. Let me just go ahead and get a job, do the right thing, whatever. So I think knowing what I know now, I would tell my 23-year-old self, like, dog, you know that feeling that you get when you make a beat and you literally black out. Like there's no other way of describing it, dog. Like the closest way of describing it would be calling it spiritual. Like, when I'm in the process of making beats, like it's mad spiritual, because there are times when after I've made the beat and I play it back, like maybe the next day, I question, damn, did I had to sort of remember that, yes, I'm the one who made this beat. So I would tell my 23-year-old self that feeling, keep chasing it.
Keep chasing that.
Keep chasing that.
That's the fire.
Because it only clicked on me when I started Isotla Cyphers, and that was in 2016. How old was I in 2016? That's when it clicked with, no man, let me, because this is what gives me life, dog. Like creating, making music, hip hop, shooting, like it keeps, I'm at my most alive. So my 23-year-old self, my stress anxiety, nah, this is not gonna work out.
Yes.
Stop this, let me get a job, let this be a hobby. And then I tried sort of making the 9 to 5 my life.
Yeah.
And I'm not knocking anyone who does it, because as far as in future. So it took me a while to realize that, hey man, ang spana, the span list, like it's formal. As much as I'm doing the right thing, it's getting me paid and whatever. But what would happen and this is when Software Cyphers finally came into being. What would happen if I put all my focus? Because I was really good at my 9 to 5.
10,000 hours.
You know, I was really good at my 9 to 5. To a point where people thought I was passionate about my 9 to 5. Like, dog, you're always on time. Your numbers are always on point. You're gonna do so well in this thing. But my heart wasn't in it, dog. So I came to a point where I was like, what would happen if I shifted that same amount of focus and dedication into this thing that I love? When that clicked on me, I kicked myself on some damn. Why didn't this realization happen when I was 23? You know? So that's the only thing that I would tell my youngster, like, dog, keep going. You know, if you're gonna find a job that's gonna help you in the meantime, don't let that job, be the focus, because you know where your heart is, dog.
So like, in respect with that, actually, Speeka. So, like, this debate, you would see artists that do 9 to 5s, like people that work 9 to 5s and do music, are actually not true artists. How do you feel about that?
No ways, dog. If anything, personally, I have more respect for someone who is a creative, who is in a night job working towards a point where they can convert their hobby into a career.
Nice.
Because that's difficult, dog. Because I remember I even once posted about it on Facebook. To Shades of Spani. I said, I'm driving home from my job to go work on my career. Right? Because Big Spana,
crazy sound bites.
right now, Big Spana night shift. So I used to work from 3 and knock off at 11 p.m. every night.
Wow.
So there were times though where I'd get home at midnight and make beats like 5 a.m. You know, that's what I meant by
wake up 11, go back there.
You know?
Yes.
So that's not easy. But because of the amount of like love I have for this thing, dog. Even at work and during lunch break, sometimes I'm on YouTube watching like
tutorials.
This was peak scrambles. Scrambles. I'd be there, scrambles. Like, so that was the only, if you worked with me, the only time you would figure out, this guy, was when you catch me on YouTube. If it's not a music video, it's a battle. But either way, like I'm immersing myself in that SA hip
hop, the culture,
so I would tell my 23-year-old self, dog, that feeling that you get every time you create, keep at it. Fade it goes away now and then, but that's you. You know. So even if some 23-year-old is trying to figure it out, I'll tell you that, like if you have a love for medicine or whatever, and
whatever it is, if you put your body, heart and soul into it, is about.
It's not just for, I'm a creative, for musicians, producers, no, for anything. If your heart is in it, and you just, all that's left is just for you to put the proper amount of discipline to it.
Exactly, man.
And even if it doesn't make you money, dog, you will be fulfilled somehow, dog.
I like that, man. The crazy part, if you are checking out, this is the first episode of the brand new Retro Podcast with your boy Chris Anti to the beat, man. This is like a crazy episode. I got my boy Speeka out here, my favorite, so Sotra Cyphers. Please go check it out on all the social media that you can find. It's always Sotra Cyphers, right? Or Speeka RSA on other different situations. But it's like the Sotra Cypher on IG, the Sotra Cypher on Twitter.
On TikTok.
On TikTok.
Yeah.
Dude, Ferguson's numbers on TikTok. Oh my God. We need, look, if you are watching this project, this nigga doesn't even know I'm about to say this. Please, tag me, tag him, tag her. We need a full length, at least 5 songs. Ferguson and Speeka. If you agree with this, please, we need a Ferguson and Speeka. Go to TikTok on Sotra Cyphers. It's the 3rd video on the pinned. Check the numbers there. Shout out to Stogie T. I love you, bro. You're the GOAT. But Ferguson's numbers, my boy, he's almost on like 200,000 or something, bro.
Comedians,
it's corny, girls twerking.
So shout out to Frost, dog.
Yeah, Frost actually opened up the gates. Even me, he opened up my eyes with that shit.
100 without a dog.
Yeah, shout out to Frost, bruh.
Mad shout out to Frost, because he put that up And then like, and it wasn't what he put up that put in the numbers. It wasn't a. It was a rap.
Yeah.
Frost is getting this sort of reaction on TikTok from rapping.
What's going on?
I WhatsApped him like, dog, thank you. Because I've been telling cats, yo, this guy on TikTok, but hi. Because at the time, it was only Prince Shero that I can think of.
Yeah.
Doing rap.
And Prince Shero he does his themes. You know what I mean? This is the theme. So I got it from that. I'm like, okay, the virality of Prince Shero is because it's the theme situation. It's not just randomly saying I'm gonna spit a 16 and go out like that. You know what I mean? But
These two, Prince Shero and the Frost, for me, those are the guys that
pioneers of TikTok in terms of South African independent hip hop. Yeah, 100%, because the Mapiano niggas are eating hard from that shit. Yeah. I think the next thing is us finding out, as hip hop people, must find out Uti, Abumlando, now all these songs that are there, because when you try to post like a picture or something, it suggests a song for you, and it's always suggested. We must find out Uti, how does Mlando always get suggested? We must find out that shit. So our songs get suggested when niggas post some shit, bro.
What we need to do is get the hip hop community onto TikTok.
We're doing that, right here. We're doing that.
They need to migrate.
No, we are. Totally. Get a TikTok, bro. But on the real...
Yeah, we good.
Yeah, dog. Yo, man. Crazy energy. Crazy work, dog. Like, there's so much shit that you're still gonna do. Before we kind of like wrap this up, like, what are you currently working on? What should be people looking forward to? Because as I said to you, we're not gonna sleep on this work, bro. Like, this shit is gonna come out like super quick. So people, whatever it is that you're working on, if it's not dropping in the next 7 days or next 2 weeks at least, then it won't be like, that's happened already. Like, what are you busy with right now, and what should people look forward to in terms of ciphers, whatever?
Yeah, but like my main focus, dog. My main focus is Sotra Ciphers.
Yeah.
Right. That's dropping the 6th-year anniversary, but probably when this comes out, it'll be out. But dropping the 6th-year anniversary special. Got 23 cats.
Yeah.
Speaking. Yeah, so there's that, and then I have a new show that I do on Facebook every Sunday morning at 8. It's called Fridays on a Sunday. It's just a platform for people who can't get their stuff played. I'm not gonna say on TV already. Like, can't get the stuff played anyway. You know, it's a platform. You know, it's a young platform. If it's nice, I play. Pure and simple. Like, there's no red tape. There's no. Just send me the stuff. I play it. If I like it, I'm putting it on the show.
I was actually about to ask, like, if I want to send their stuff, by send them.
Yeah. So if you want to send through your joints to the show, you send me an MP3 or a link to FridaySundayShow@gmail.com. And also give me the artwork of the song or a high-res photo of yourself so that I have it up there as the song is playing. And that's pretty much it. You know, it's just a platform for the guys that feel like no one's going to play this stuff, even though it's nice. Like, if it's nice, I definitely will play it. I mean, there will obviously be some sort of a bar that I'm just not going to play with everybody. You know, I'm not going to play with everybody. If you're nice, if the song is nice, bump it and we play it every Sunday. But so it's Friday on a Sunday and Sotra Ciphers. Those are the main things that I'm pushing at the moment. And obviously there's going to be more music, more tapes and stuff. But those ones I won't touch on. But just know that they're going to be coming. But those are the two main things that I'm doing.
Like, while we're on that, actually, there's a question I actually kind of forgot that's in relation with the Sotra Ciphers. So, Ali, one of the people that I said asked the question earlier on. Ali asked Uti in like what pattern, like in like doing Sotra Ciphers for this long. You know what I mean? What pattern would you say you've noticed with all the verses that obviously you can't remember everything, right? That you've heard in Sotra Ciphers that make artists literally just stand out? Like, which, like, is there a certain type of style you feel like is more receptive to the Sotra Cipher crowd? If you were to call, let's say, an abstract rapper, and you were like, would you say an abstract rapper tweets this, and the third, or would you just come as an abstract rapper and rap? Do you think there's a certain format that works on Sotra Ciphers where people say that's a fire verse, or it's anybody that can rap can read through the thing? from how you see, because you see the comments,
Yeah.
you see the people that, you know what I mean, because as a person that owns the YouTube channel, you see every comment and you get the notification, which that's whack, that's dope, why you bring this nigga on?
Yeah, I dog, it's pretty much, if you're nice, you're nice, dog. Because, I mean, I have on this platform, I can have my 7 verse, which is like hardcore, vernac, you know, and then also have a emphatic verse, which is like abstract, you know. Both dope,
both have a market on Sotra side,
right?
beautiful.
But different stuff. But
yes.
the core of it is it's dope. Okay. So in other words, if you can rap, if you sound nice, then that's what I'm.
You're gonna be on Sotra side.
You know, and with me, you know, identifying sort of a dope rapper, dog, you can tell within the first 4 bars of someone rapping that guy's dope.
Yes.
That's literally most of the cats that I've called to Sotra Cyphers. I heard like the first 4 bars. You know, like OD was playing me joints as I wore TMO. First 4 lines, like this guy, like, this is fire. You know, that's what you need, dog. And then that's the platform. If you're nice, put you on, you rap. There isn't necessarily a strict
like format.
Nah,
you must rap this way in order for you to.
You're nice, just be, you know, on beat. You know, just be on
say
beat
something that stands out or something.
Yeah, you know.
Shout out Speeka, man. Look, dude, you know, bruh, I fuck with you. Your energy's crazy. We could talk like hours and hours and hours, bro.
Sure.
But we do need to wrap up. You know what I mean? So a few things that I know a lot of your supporters might be interested in. Because if you have a support base, they would like to know what inspires you outside of you explaining. So just quick, fast. Some of your favorite top 5 situations, top 5 rappers.
Let's get it.
Top 5 rappers.
I have abroad and local. My top 5.
Yeah. Give me your international top 5.
Okay.
Give me a local top 5.
International, you know.
Shout out to Real Slim Shady.
Slim Shady is my number 1 dog.
Shout out.
Influence-wise, not just with the raps, but even in production. Like I source a lot from
wow.
Eminem. Yeah.
I've actually never heard nobody say Eminem
As a
influenced.
producer?
Why as a producer? Yeah.
Definitely.
Wow, that's very dope.
He produced Renegade. You know?
Yeah.
So Eminem,
Dope.
producer, But him. Number 2, Nas. Yes.
Fire. Me and you
Nas.
don't like each other.
Yeah. Nas. I have Common.
Fire.
Common. I have.
Very slept on.
Yeah.
Very slept on musician and lyricist.
Yep. I have, believe it or not, Kanye.
Fire.
You know, lyrically, you know, probably not the best, but just as an overall hip hop act.
Yes.
Definitely in my top 5.
He's actually my second favorite icon of all time.
Right?
Yeah. And that's not even in hip
I
hop.
know your number 1. I already know your number 1.
Nigga, of course. His biggest nemesis, nigga. You know.
Right, and then number 5, who do I have? And also, please note that this is subject to change. Next week it could be different. Right. So number 5, Man Fonte, dog.
Wow.
Fonte.
Wow. I'm gonna have to give you a pound for that.
Yeah.
I didn't even see that coming.
Fonte, bro.
Wow.
Fonte.
Wow. And I 100% agree with it, by the way.
No,
but wow,
one
I
day,
didn't expect that.
there's no time. I'll break down
why
Fonte.
Fonte. I actually need to talk to you about why Fonte.
Yeah.
He's a very incredible musician.
No.
Incredible musician.
Yeah, okay, I'll break it out. Okay, so that's the
top 5 rappers internationally.
Local, my number 1, Coach Stogie, do me. I mean, come on, play it. And then 2, the late great Piero. I'm saying.
R.I.P. man.
Number 3, the other Piero.
Yes. Please come back to the game.
You know. Number 4, the late great WHP.
Yes.
And then 5, Reason.
Wow.
Hey, yo.
Your number 5 is always sitting there. I'm like, what the fuck? This nigga just.
Dog.
Whoa.
Alakai.
Yes.
Dog. Reason. Because with me, another big thing with my top 5s, both internationally and locally, is the overall catalog.
Yes.
You know, the overall catalog.
Influence and impact and all of those sort of things. Because in America they have the Mount Rushmore.
Yes.
But we're not in America, so we can't do no Mount Rushmores. We can do GOATs,
Yeah, so Reason is one of those artists where I have his first 4 albums. I literally have original physical copy. The reasoning, dog. I'm probably the only cat in the world.
That's the
who
reason.
still has some kidding, probably. Yeah, but yeah, reason. His first 4 albums cemented him in my top 5 forever.
I can respect it. Beats Against the Beast, all of that shit, man.